So in this video, I will talk about PyTorch introduction. So PyTorch is we are using PyTorch because as we know, in TensorFlow we can use scripting language and our OOPS both. But if I talk about PyTorch, in PyTorch we have to use only OOPS concept of Python. So in PyTorch we have something known as tensors. But in M, we know that in our machine learning we were using arrays. So we have to convert these arrays. Suppose we have suppose we have this array. So we have to convert this into our tensors. Now what are tensors? Tensors is nothing but a tensor is a suitable choice. If you are going to use a GPU, a tensor can reside in our exit memory. So we can say that are very useful to perform parallel actions. It can use both our CPU cores also and our GPU cores also. So for uh, as we know in our neural network we have to do forward propagation and backward propagation to reduce that loss. So we have to use OOPS language and write our code according to that. And there is an advantage of PyTorch. PyTorch has a very useful feature known as data parallelism. As I already said, using this feature, PyTorch can distribute computation power among the CPU cores and GPU cores. So I already talked about that. So we have some libraries of our PyTorch like our torch.nn.linear. It helps to connect our layers and it contains a type of layers like dropout layers, max pool layers and our needed layers like max pooling which were used in our CNN. We can perform CNN and ANN both by using PyTorch. So if we see in our library of that torch.nn.linear, so we have to go first to torch.nn. Sorry. So we have to go first in our torch.nn. Then it will show our all the linears over here. So by doing that we can use our pooling layers, padding layers, dropout layers, linear layers. Linear layers means we are connecting our layers. As we know, we have to connect our neurons. Suppose we have these are input layers and these are hidden layers. So we have to connect this and this. In that case, we will use our torch.nn.linear to connect all these neurons. And we have something known as torch.nn.functional. It is simply means we have to it will contains all the activation functions inside that like ReLU, sigmoid and all the activation functions. The next is torch.optim. So in that library we can use our optimizers. Like we have many types of optimizers like gradient descent, like SGD, like Adam, and like RMS crop and other delta. So torch.tensors. Now it is a function in our library that it will help us to convert our matrix or arrays in our tensors. It should be in the float number. So tensors always be in our floating points. It never be an integer. It cannot be an integer. So let's go and see some functions in our Jupyter notebook. So as we can see, we already made our environment and completed the installation of our uh, PyTorch. So first we have to import our PyTorch. So in our next line, we are creating some tensors by our own. So we did not need any to convert from that function from arrays to tensors. So this is a method to convert our to make our tensors. So what if we have some numpy arrays in our machine in our data? So what if I want to use my PyTorch? So I have to convert first into our tensors. So to convert that tensors, we have something known as torch.tensors. After the torch.tensor, it will convert our array into our tensors. After that, we can use our PyTorch. So as we know, it will convert on our all the data points in a floating data points. So we can see 1 is also our floating number, 3 is also a floating number. So tensors always are our floating points numbers. So if I want to direct convert into a floating points, or we can say our tensors. So we can use torch.float tensors, and we have to provide our array into that. So it will convert directly into floats and our tensors. So as we know, in our back propagation, we have to find our derivatives. So to find the derivatives, we have all these steps. These are the steps which we have to remind while applying PyTorch, while using the PyTorch. So torch.tensor is a function by which, see, this is another function which we can use to convert or to make the tensors. But what if I want to make a derivative backpropagation? Then we can use torch.tensors with small t. So simply we are providing our array over here, which will convert into a tensor after that. So it has a parameter name as requires underscore grad. By default it will be false, I think. So after that it will make our tensors over here. Okay, I will show you. uh, Let me execute this is. So as we can see, our b is nothing but they are my tensors with a parameter known as requires dot underscore grad equals to true. So what if I want to make a out? It is just a variable. It is known as it is a type of equation I have written. So I can show you. It is nothing but b to the power 2, and after this step I am doing my back propagation. It means I am doing my derivative. So after the first derivative, it will be converted to 2b. Now I want to convert my tensors according to this equation. So I have to use my variable dot grad. Grad is a function which will do nothing. It will replace the tensors by our b over here. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So these are the floating points numbers. So after the multiplying, we will get our 2, 4, 6, 6, 4, and our last is 2. So this will be our answer of our derivative after the multiplying of our equation. So this is a main concept of our, or we can say, introduction of our PyTorch. So as we can see, it is a torch.nl. We can say it is a type of model which has 3 types of layers, and we can make we can use this type of function to make our ANN, CNN and RNN models. But the main concept is we have to use over here OOPS Python program. So this is the basic introduction of our PyTorch. In my next video, I will explain. I will take a data from a Kaggle and perform ANN by using PyTorch. So, so please, if you like this video, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. And this is all about today's video. Thank you so much.